I ask all my guests this. Would you date me?
I mean, I have dated you. I have dated you.
No, you haven't.
Yes, we went on a date February 18th, 2020.
We did go on a date.
We went on a date February 18th, 2020.
Where did we went to Jay's bar?
No, we went to the dark room.
Oh my God, this is insane that I remember none of the details.
I was just looking through our text. All right, I'm not a freak. I am not.
No, I know.
I've never forgotten. Yes, no.
I know we matched on Hinge, and I couldn't remember if we had actually gone out or not.
We went on one date.
Wow. You didn't kiss me, though.
We did kiss. Should I go? There's a lot of things I can be doing by 4th of July, all right?
Welcome to another episode of Why Won't You Date Me, a codcat?
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
We talking cod? Am I allowed to talk? Should I be quiet for the
You
start?
can do whatever you want.
Okay, fantastic.
A podcast, I'm not even going to start over. A podcast where me, Nicole Byer, was trying to figure out why I was still single, even though you could come on my nightstand and tell me that's just your medication. My guest today is an actor, comedian, and musician that you know as the on-air announcer for Jimmy Kimmel Live and a cast member of Dimension 20 and hosts the podcast Worlds Beyond Number, The Wizard, The Witch, and The Wild One. Dimension 20 Live, Gauntlet at the Garden, is now streaming on Dropout. Plus, they're taking the show. I got more. They're taking the show on the road. You better believe Seattle, July 20th, and Las Vegas on November 1st is probably already sold out. If you're listening to this, sorry about it. God bless America. It's Lou Wilson.
Happy 4th of July to all the patriots out there.
We love America.
It's a great time to be an American. Grab yourself a fucking hot dog and a slice of American cheese, motherfucker.
Yeah, separately. Hot dog and a
Don't
slice
eat them
of
together.
American
No.
cheese. Oh, my goodness. Lou, thank you so much for being here.
It's a thrill to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
What a treat. You know, here's a fun thing about America that's probably settled up by now. Trump got a plane from Qatar. Isn't that wild?
Isn't it just crazy?
Isn't it wild?
My man's just getting gifts and going, thank you. Thank you.
It's unfortunate that he's funny.
Yeah.
Because he said, why shouldn't I accept it? And I was like, honestly, that's how I feel when someone gives me something.
Yeah, exactly.
I better accept this.
The president is just a human being, you know? If you were gifted a plane, would you go, no?
Oh, I would go, yeah.
What a thrill.
Yeah, truly. A $400 million plane.
$400 million, that's almost $500 million.
That's so much money for a plane.
Come on.
My God.
I have to imagine that plane is amazing.
Oh, it's probably the nicest plane you've ever seen or stepped foot in.
It's got rooms. It's like a 4-bedroom, 2-bath.
It's a hotel in the sky. The other thing he said, this is also old news, but it made me laugh so hard. He said, my friend called me after he got the fat shot, and I said to him, it's not working.
It's annoying that he's genuinely funny.
That man is funny.
He's got jokes.
Imagine your best friend is the president of the United States and you turn on CNN and he's talking shit about you being fat.
You're like, man, it's crazy. I mean, it means so much to me that I get to still have conversations like this with my friend who, even though he's the president now, I can still kind of confide in him about my changing body. And then you turn on
and then he fat shames you on CNN?
Nah, not working, dog.
God, he is so funny. Oh, well. Happy 4th of July. Lou, we were talking before we started recording. Mm-hmm. I didn't know you grew up in Los Angeles, California.
I did. They used to call us a unicorn when I moved out here. I don't know if there's still, that word means a lot of other things now. But I think that, yes, I am.
It means somebody that you bring into your relationship as a third.
But yeah, I born and raised in Altadena, California. My family's from out here. My parents grew up here.
But then you left. You went to Boston?
I went to Boston for 4 years.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, I was pretty intense about it too. I was like, at the time, I was like, I have to get out of Los Angeles. I have to leave. I need to know what snow feels like on my cheeks. I want to fall into a pile of leaves like all the kids in the movies.
How was it for you?
Fucking sucked. Boston, I loved my time in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of racism there, and there's a lot of snow there. And those are just two things I actually came to learn I'm not super about.
Yeah.
You know, I was happy, like Boston for 3 days. Yeehaw. Sounds
Yeehaw,
great.
Motherfucker.
Let's have fun. Boston for 4 years was tough.
Tough. I love Boston.
Yes.
Because I have only performed in Boston and have not lived and walked around and really experienced the racism.
Mm-hmm.
But their accent really makes that hard R
Let me tell you.
really sad.
Let me tell you.
Real grating on your soul.
It was, there was something really, I feel like I met like 6 or 7 people when I was I went to Boston College, and I met 6 or 7 people for whom I was their like first Black friend. Like they had not had the opportunity to make one previously, like in the other 18 years of their life, the opportunity had never arrived.
Arose.
Yes, and then there was I had 2 different white men be like, please let me call you the N-word. Please, it would mean so much to me.
It would mean so much to me.
I will never forget sitting on the steps of the Cambridge, City Hall before an improv practice, hanging with my friend, and he was just like, I don't know, man, we're pretty tight, right? Like I could call you my nigga, right? And I was just like, I don't know, yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah. But he never did it after that day. But there was just that one day on the courthouse where he was like, I feel like I want to call you my nigga. And 4 years previous, another friend had been like, can I please call you my nigga? And I had done it. I had walked up to him in a dining hall when he was talking to somebody and been like, what's up, my nigga? And you could just, the way it lit his soul up, like I had given him the gift he had wanted his whole life. It meant so much to him.
It's wild.
It's what they wanted so badly.
They wanted so
badly, I'll tell you.
And again, this is old news, but on TikTok, we be calling gingers Black people now, and it's really funny to me.
God damn. Well, in terms of just that they've like had a hard experience?
No, it's just, I think, a dumb joke. I'm 90% sure it's just like a ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Isn't it fun if we call them Black people too?
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's wild. I've been asked several times and I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It took that second time to kind of realize like, oh, there's something really, like there's something deep and dark underneath this that was, I wanted, like when I was a freshman in college, I was like, oh, I really want to fit in. Everyone is 18 and young and meeting Black people for the first time and doesn't know how to act. That 4 years later, I was like, okay, this is bad. This is wrong.
The whole situation's pretty tough for me.
Yeah.
You just get some white person being like, my nigga, and then having to do make-em-ups immediately after.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I went to improv practice, And
then right after you graduated, were you like, gotta head home?
Without a doubt. I was like, done. We did it. I like my whatever like passport stamp you get for living in like a tough city with bad weather and mean people for 4 years. I was like, done it. Let's go home to appreciate this thing I was so eager to run away from.
Trying to run away from, but you're like, no, these people are nice.
My parents did the work. My grandparents did the work for me. They lived other places. They said, let's move to Los Angeles. This is actually as good as it gets. And I had to learn that in my own way, but now I know it for sure.
It's funny. The older I get, the more I'm like, my mother was right. She was right about that. She was right about that. And that stupid bitch.
Yeah.
She dead, so I can't tell her. We went no contact. Did you date a lot in Boston?
No. I didn't go on like a proper date until I moved back to LA after school. No dating. Like, I don't know, dating apps weren't a thing. And I was a shy boy. And so Boston was not did I ask anybody? I asked like one person on a date. This woman named Gigi, who was Cape Verdean. I'll never forget that. I asked this Cape Verdean girl on a date.
That's funny. You were like, I'll find someone Black adjacent.
Hey, let me tell you, at Boston College, there were less than 100 Black males at a school of 9,000 people when I was there. I feel like it's BC alumni about to get in my ass. I don't, but anyway, I had to go. I was like, I'll take it. But she, I think then one of her grandparents died, and so we never went on.
She had to go back to North Africa?
Go back to North Africa, and we never rescheduled. So
we never rescheduled.
Sadly.
Oh my God, that's so wild. So, okay, are you dating someone now?
I'm seeing someone, yeah.
Did you meet on an app or did you meet in real life?
We met in real life.
Wow. A nice little throwback.
A nice little throwback, a little classic.
How did you meet? You tell me?
We met on, they came to one of my shows.
Nice. And
then they came to another one. And then they came to a third.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, I feel like then they came to one that was $20. And I remember having explicit thought that I was like, you didn't pay $20 to
just see me.
Just see some improv out here. It's like, you paid $20 to be around. And so then afterward, I asked them if they wanted to grab a drink, and they said yes. And
I love it.
there it is.
How long did your first date last? Do you remember?
The two with that person?
Mm-hmm.
We have like two first dates. We have like the one that was just after, like that was casual. Like we went on a they came to an improv show, and then afterwards we all everyone went to a bar, and we kind of did our own thing in a separate part of the bar. And then we went on an actual first date. And that first date I think lasted through dinner, a walk, a kiss, a drink, and then another kiss.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. The last first date I went on, I left after like 3 hours because I said I wanted to be mysterious, which is
3 hours? What, of just intimate eye contact and talking?
Just talking in a bar.
Damn, bro.
And then after 3 hours, I was like, gotta go, gotta be mysterious.
Yeah, you can't give it all away.
I already had it. It was 3 hours. This person knows everything about me. Truly.
Respect.
Wait, so Dimension 20 is wild. You guys sold out Madison Square Garden in 10 minutes?
We did.
That's wild. How does that fucking feel?
I don't think it's like you can't process that. Like it is, I think a lot of the elements around that show, around the performance, the selling out, the immensity of the like love that was shown to us in the moments of people wanting to be a part of this are I can't like explain how it feels. Like when it had sold out, like I don't think I processed that it had sold out for multiple weeks. For like multiple weeks, people would be like, "It's sold out," and I would be like, "Yeah, yes, it did." But there's no like emotions attached to it. It's just somebody feeding me information and me going like, "I guess that's a true thing in this world." And I like and then to do the show was just 17,000 people in a legendary arena, and
that's so fucking
it's just
cool.
for you, and you're like, what's happening? I don't know what we did to deserve it, but I'm internally grateful that it got to happen, and that I got to do it with people I love so much. So.
And then you're just like gonna go on tour.
Yes, and then it's like, and then we'll just do it again. We'll do it again at the Hollywood Bowl, and then we'll do it again in Seattle, and then we'll do it again in
cool.
Las
How was the
Vegas.
Hollywood Bowl? Did you have that show already?
No, it will have happened before.
Okay.
So I'll just say it was amazing. I'll tell you, my life will never be the same.
I fucking love that. Wait, so did you get into improv when you were in Boston or here?
Before, here. I got my high school had an improv team. Had a comedy sports improv team. And
is that short form?
Short form. I cannot tell you how it happened. I have this like rough idea that like I feel like my parents really wanted me to play a sport, and I was like, this is a sport, a comedy sport. Like I think there's like some memory I have, but I don't know, maybe that's just something I said on an interview once and was like, that's clever. But anyway, I started doing improv in high school. That kind of led to me doing some theater stuff. But when I like went to Boston, I was eager to keep doing improv, but I was like, I'm going to be in advertising. I'm going to be an advertising guy. I'm going to be a Mad Men guy. I'm going to be John Hamm. And like that was the path I was on when I got to college.
I like when people have I went to acting school, and then I was like, I'm going to work at Lane Bryant. I'm going to work at Lane Bryant until they tell me to leave. And
Hold it down, dude.
They did tell me to leave, so I left.
And yeah, exactly. They gave you a kick in the ass, and then you go, you find yourself.
You just find yourself. You gotta leave the store to find who you are.
Everyone remembers the day they left Lane Bryant and came into their own.
And then started doing make-em-ups.
Oh.
What theater did you do?
I did a Commedia dell'arte play called Scapino, and then
What was it called?
I shouldn't say it like that. It was called Scapino.
Scapino.
Scapino. It was like an Italian farce. And then
Scapino.
I was actually just at the like retirement party for my high school theater director. And I was talking to a bunch of people. I then skipped 2 shows because I liked theater so much and I liked the experience of doing it so much that I was like, I actually can't deal with the chance that I'll be rejected or that people, or that you like, that was like a moment. So I went and joined the crew for 2 shows. And I said I had to study for the SAT. And then I did the last show of my senior year, which was Little Shop of Horrors. And I was Audrey too.
That's fun. I love theater.
It is.
Oh.
I watched a high school production of Hadestown 3 days ago, and it fucking ripped. There was nothing better than these 17-year-olds walking around singing about love and with so much soul. It was really special.
I love that you go to. Was this a high school that you know?
This was the high school I went to.
Okay,
but it was a 2-part. You went to his retirement party, and then we all went and saw his last show.
Oh, I really love that.
And so we all watched. And it was crazy, man. It was like I was watching these kids have the experience that I had. 10 or almost 20, not 20 years ago, like 10 years ago. No.
You don't have to do the math.
This is bad.
You simply don't have to.
It's 15. My 15-year high school reunion.
You don't have to tell anyone how old you are. You don't have to do the math.
You guys just figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out.
You figure it out. But yeah, I did. It was like watching other people have the experience that I had, and was like, oh, of course this is meaningful. Of course, this man's out here playing Hermes, wearing purple shoes, 14-year-old singing and dancing, and you're like, oh yeah, you'll remember this.
I saw a tweet that was like, my sister's high school is doing Rent, but instead of AIDS, it's diabetes. And that crushed me. That was so funny to me.
Don't do Rent. do anything else. There's so many plays. There's so many plays.
There's so many.
People are like, we have to do 5,000, 2,500.
525,600 insulin shots.
Like, we're so desperate to sing that song. We're like, yeah, we'll just bend it. Does Rent work if everyone has diabetes?
I mean, very advanced diabetes. Because
people walk around
Mimi
with
literally
one leg.
dies.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like she waited too long for her insulin shot and saw Angel. Like,
ain't nobody got feet,
Everyone just got nubs walking around. But also, I'm like, AIDS. What?
Yeah.
We could talk about AIDS.
We can talk about AIDS, right?
We're so far into the future.
We have to be talking about AIDS.
We can talk about it.
We
It's
must
okay.
be talking about
it. Truly.
Oh my gosh.
Did you date when you were in high school at all? No, wait. When was your first date?
My first date, I think my first proper date was at like at 23. 23, I want to say. I was at is this really it? Yeah. I was at a Halloween party and I walked up to somebody dressed as Beyonce and I was like, sick costume. And they were like, thank you. And I was like, can I get your number? And they were like, yeah. And then we went on a date. And we went on a date at that place that was next to that place we all used to go after improv shows. The big one. It was like big and on Vermont.
Big on Vermont.
It's like a big bar, had 2 floors.
Oh, Public House.
Public House, yes. We went to that place we tried to go to Bar Covell and it was too crowded, so we walked to Public House. And we talked about tennis a lot, never went on another date.
Talked about tennis a lot.
A lot of tennis.
That's very, someone broke up with me because they were too busy with tennis.
Too busy with tennis?
Too busy with tennis and their job.
They had to prioritize tennis?
Yes. And I said, oh, okay. Cool. I hope you get really good at tennis.
And are they?
I don't know. They're on private and I can't look anymore.
Damn, bro. Absolutely devastating when they go on private, you know?
I know. And it's not like I'm stalking.
No.
It's just when you pop in my brain, I want to see what you're up to.
Yes, it's just a quick little check-in.
Are you happy?
Yes.
What's going on?
Could I help? Maybe you need assistance.
Do you miss me?
Exactly.
Are you posting about missing me?
Yeah, just in case, because I would like to know.
This person picked me up in a Prius. And when they dropped me off, I think I've told this story before, but when they dropped me off, I said, I hit my phone a bunch and I went, 5 stars, because a lot of Priuses are Ubers.
Ubers, yeah.
And he didn't like that joke. And then we went out again and he had a brand new car. I bullied a man into
Hell yes.
buying a new car.
Hell yes. Oh.
I probably dodged a bullet.
I mean, honestly, yeah. If somebody does a 5-star joke and they go, all right, fuck it, to the dealership.
Get a whole new car.
What's up? I'll take out a loan. Fuck this. I'm done. I'm done.
Lou, what's the worst date you've been on?
What is the worst? Is it all right if I was the worst part of it?
Yes.
I've done that. I think my most embarrassing date, and I think it was probably awful for this person, is we it was really cool. We met at a bar, and then again, I was like, can I have your number? And they were like, yeah.
I love this very lackadaisical approach. Hey, can I get your number? Your eyes are glazed over, and they're like,
I'm a pretty anxious, intentional person in my life, but when it comes to asking people on a date, you just gotta, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? You gonna hang out sometime? What's up? No, but so I got this person's number. We met. We lived in the same neighborhood, so we walked to lunch, and at lunch, this person was doing a ton of bits. We were doing a ton of bits. It was a very silly date, right? There was a lot of talking about parts of our lives and then spinning off into things that were clearly absurd. And so there was a point in the date where I our food finally came after a long time, and I was like, all right, I just want to make a toast, haha. We're gonna wait even longer. And she really quickly took a bite of something, and I went, oh, I cannot believe it. I stood up, I walked out of the room, I went outside, and I stood outside for 4 minutes, to really sell that I was upset about this person. So I went outside for 4 minutes.
Wow.
I stand outside for 4 minutes, I come back in, I go, hey. She goes, are you okay? I go, yeah, of course, we're doing bits. She goes, I'm just sorry. I had a partner who used to get really upset about stuff. And I was like, nah, we're just doing bits. Hey, we're just hanging out. And so we continued to have lunch. Things kind of get back on track. More bits, lots of bits. Putting me in that just funny guy mindset. This part is deeply embarrassing. We're walking. At some point, she takes a phone call. I'm like, haha. She takes a phone call. I hide from her. I don't know how I did it. We were walking down the street, and I peeled off and I hid from her. And there's this, I will never forget this feeling of hiding in this restaurant while she is walking down the this lane of cars, excitedly looking for me. And then at some point, gives up and it's just I'm done, and keeps walking. And then I'm like, all right, just wait one more minute. And then I went out and chased her down and was like, ha 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 ha. And the light was gone from her eyes. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then I remember I texted her later and was like, do you want to go out again? And she was like, I don't think so. But I was a real menace on that date. I learned a lot on that one.
It's really funny.
I think it was funny, but I don't think it was attractive.
I just really like that you really triggered this woman.
When I came in,
or this person,
when I came back from the date, or from being outside the restaurant, it felt serious. There was a really intense check-in moment that was are we good? And I was like, I'm so sorry then I did that too.
I like that you did that. There was a serious check-in. The person was like, it's okay. We'll continue the date. And you were like, I'm going to traumatize you one more time.
Let me get
just
one.
to see if you're a silly Billy. And they were like, I'm not a silly Billy.
I'm not a silly Billy. Not a silly Billy.
I can't do this. Lou, that's really fucking funny.
Hey, you got to make those mistakes, on the journey of life. That's how you grow. So.
God, that's so funny.
I stopped doing really intense bits on dates after that. No matter how silly the date was.
I was once going down on someone and I went, and they were like, what? And I was like, I'm a dick monster. And they said, you have to never do that again. And I said, okay. And then we dated for like a little bit after, and then I did try to do it again.
I mean, you've got to.
And this man said to me, what did I say? And I was like,
ooh.
And honestly,
what did I
say is you're naked and at your most vulnerable trying to get a giggle is like, I don't know, do I die? Do I just shrivel up and die?
Honestly, should I just walk? I think I should just walk out of here.
Truly.
Buck naked.
Truly.
Just go home. Just go home.
It was my home.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly.
I just walk out the window. Just fucking goodbye.
Holy shit.
What did I say?
What did I say?
Not to do that. I'm sorry.
Damn, dude.
But I thought it was really funny.
Exactly. It is like a bit. I don't know. We're all here to have fun.
That's how I feel.
Yes. Why does this moment need to be so austere?
Right?
Everybody relax.
Well, Lou, real quick, we're gonna relax into a break.
Oh.
If I paid for dinner and you say, I'll get you back later, don't make me chase after you like a debt collector. Just use Cash App. I've become a Cash App girly. I love using it because it's fast, it's safe. It makes sending and receiving money actually fun. You sign up in seconds with just your phone or your email, some basic info, and boom, you're in, having a nice time. No bank account required. Sending money is a breeze. Ooh, that's a nice breeze. There's no weird delays, no mystery fees, no, why is this taking 3 days to clear? Nonsense. I've used it to send money to friends, split bar tabs, and pay someone back for the Uber when I was too drunk to function. And the most fun part, you can send them money with little custom emojis or a message. One time, I sent my friend money for lasagna and the note said, for therapy. So here's the deal. For a limited time only, new Cash App users can use my exclusive code to earn some additional cash. Ooh, for real. There's no catch. Just download Cash App and sign up. Use my exclusive referral code, DATEME, in your profile. Send $5 to a friend. Within 14 days, you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. And we're back. Wake the fuck up. It's America's birthday.
I hope people are listening to this on the 4th, on your way to some pool party, dressed in like an American flag tank top, which you're like having a lot of like mixed feelings about wearing. And you kind of posted about earlier, kind of the conflicted space that you're moving from, but you still want to celebrate because it's just a good opportunity to see friends and family,
That's so funny. Because there is someone listening right here, right now, who did post about their American flag tank top that they're like, listen, I don't really stand for what the country's going through right now, but I did buy this 3 years ago and I don't want to be wasteful with my clothing.
You guys got to understand, all right? It was in the discount bin at JCPenney while I was checking out, and I was like, this was funny. And 3 years ago, it was funny. It was funny, all right?
It was ironic.
We didn't think this was going to happen, all right?
Where do you think the country is right now on the 4th of July?
I can't imagine. I think that I'm probably drunk right now. I'll tell you right now. I've been drinking since early this morning. I think, just trying to be like,
Do you think Kanye has released some new music saying some more hateful shit today?
Yeah, and I'm sure Spotify just let it be there.
Isn't that crazy?
How do can they not stop it?
I don't know.
Spotify, what's going on, man?
But also, it's like, there's video form of it, and I was like, is it on YouTube? Where is it? No, we got to get rid of it. Mars, have you heard it?
I haven't heard it, no.
The chorus is just Heil Hitler, which is like,
is
what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Bring back the Ying Yang Twins.
Yeah, that's what
I put my hands on my knees.
That's what I want this 4th of July. Put on some Ying Yang Twins, all right? Do that for me.
Yeah, celebrate
That's
America.
my America, all right?
What's another bad date you've been on? Have you misbehaved anymore?
Have I misbehaved anymore?
That was the wildest cough I've ever seen. It was almost like a neigh.
Stop, we're on camera. I'm trying to call. I feel like I've drank most of my water.
Do you need more water?
No,
we can
good.
Pause.
No, there's enough.
There's a little sip left.
There's a sip left. Oh, God. Have I been bad on any other dates? Oh, I don't think I've never anything like that, I think, oh, gosh. Like
you were truly a little rascal. That's the only way I can describe it. Just a little rascal.
Yes, I was like out here like I'm surprised I didn't like put on a weird hat and a mustache and walk out and be like, "Excuse me, miss." No, that was a very particular moment because I think I was also I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 27, and I didn't have like a girlfriend until that time as well. So it's like, I think there's something, this is the dating era post like me having a partner where I was kind of like, I'm actually kind of cool and sick now when it comes to dating. Like there's a very, like the me that was dating before I met my first girlfriend was incredibly polite and a real like sweetie because that's what I thought you had to be. And then I feel like after I had a girlfriend, I was like, oh, I can show more of myself, which I guess meant turning into a little rascal and being really silly. But I don't think there were any other dates where I went that intensely. Because I also think I dated, like I didn't really date a lot of like other comedians for the most part. I often went on dates with like more normal, not normal, but people, non-performers. Civilians. I was dating mostly civilians. So I think there was something like, I never had to go that hard until this person invited me to that place. And once we were there, we were gone. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've had other bad dates. I think the closest thing is like I once went on for some reason I had this dream date of going to the batting cages. And I was like, I went on a first date with this person. It was nice. And then we were like, let's go on a second date. And I was like, we got to go to the batting cages. It'll be so fun. And we went to the batting cages on even the lowest setting. After, like, they give you like 40 pitches, right? And your hands hurt. And at some point, I do think that was like a moment of pure panic for me of like bringing this person to the batting cage, just being like, this will be fun. And she's hit 10 balls and it's like, my hands really hurt. And I'm just like, I guess I'll hit 30 balls and you can watch.
Yeah, just watch me. Not we can leave. We could simply do another thing.
For some reason, I was like, we put the money down. Somebody's got to hit these balls and it's going to be me.
God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And did this person just sit there and watch?
Yeah. And and it's also like, I'm not great at baseball either. So it's just me doing my best against a bunch of 50-mile-per-hour softballs. As I'm just like, how can these come any faster? This has to be over. We have to get to another part of the date.
God, that's so funny. I went bowling once. I might have told this story before, but I went bowling with my now partner, and he's white, and there was another interracial couple directly across from us. I don't want to say like the better looking version, but they were pretty hot.
Yeah.
She was not bowling well. He was killing it. And he kept screaming in her face. He was like, yeah! He's like, in your face. And I was like, oh my God. Have I told this before? It was truly so wild.
Like, was she trying or like
she was trying her hardest. She would, how you like pause a little bit? It felt like she was like, please just let one pin fall down? And then it would like go in the middle and then go right to the gutter. And he would cheer when he would be like, yeah, when she got a gutter ball. And I was like, this simply can't last.
Terrifying.
This man is a criminal. He's so mean.
There's no way. Yes, the idea that he's like seeing her try hard and going, fuck yeah, you idiot.
Yes. And then he goes, you want to play another one? And she goes, okay. And they played another game where he annihilated her.
At that point, are you like, do you just stop being on your date and just watch their date?
Yeah. I would be like, hey, look at him. He's now dancing around her. Like,
we don't know when we're going to get to see something like this again, all right? We got to savor it.
I really do love seeing couples not having a nice time in places, and I don't know why.
When I get the sense that they're bad vibes in a restaurant, I hyperfixate on it. I have to know why the vibes are bad.
Yeah.
I have to know who's acting. Why are we on our phone so much? Is it like I have to know. I can't look away. If I get lucky enough to be out in the wild and observe just two people in a bad situation,
it's wonderful.
I can't look away.
I love it. Also, I can't imagine being out to dinner with somebody and being on my phone the whole time. I love my phone. I have a nice time on my phone. I had to start putting that little timer on it that tells me time's up.
Yeah. It makes you ask for more time.
Yes. And I'm asking my phone for permission to look at pictures of people I don't know. What are we doing?
I'll tell you, what future is this?
It's do you have an Apple phone?
I have an Apple phone.
So on your Apple phone, on your iPhone.
No, it's an Apple phone.
On your Apple phone, there's you could do screen time and then set limits. And I have a 2-hour limit, which is insane.
2 hours is pretty solid. A day?
A day. And I hit it every day. Cut to me at 11 p.m. being like, can I have 15 more minutes? Just 15. Let me make it to midnight, please. It's wild.
I have mine only set for like 45.
Oh,
but
that's good.
There will be times where I can't sleep. Like I've had to delete the Instagram app off my phone at this point because there are times where I can't sleep and I'll do a quick 30 and I will wake up, I'll finally fall asleep, wake up and it's 8:30 and it's like, what's up, man? You've done your time. And I'm like, wait. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. I was trying to go to sleep.
It's 3 a.m.
Please.
You can't count that time.
You can't count it.
No.
These are sleeping hours. I just happen to be awake.
Yes, exactly. It's there has to be an exception to the rule for anything before. I'm not a waking person.
I'm not coherent right now.
Yes, exactly.
And it's wild because I lived a whole life without this phone. I did so many things without my phone. And honestly, the other day I was like, what was I doing?
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, that was like being back at the high school thing was being like, at this time we were exclusively had phones that you hit the button 3 times to be like, hey.
I would just not text people because I was like, this is too much.
Exactly.
C9 word.
The effort was too high.
Too high. Now it's so easy.
I'd
be texting, I'd be calling. Someone texts me and I'm like, I have to respond. I'm like, do I? Who gives a shit? Cuddle with your dog.
Come on,
do anything else.
Anything.
Lou, do you have any advice for single people who are listening currently?
Oh.
Or in the future?
You gotta, I think I'm out of water. I was about to do one of those insane coughs again. I think you gotta, I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming people say this all the time. You gotta ask people out. You have to be willing to ask people out on dates and know that it's not gonna ruin everything. I feel like I spent years of my life being like, oh, if I ask them out and they say no, then forever our dynamic will be person who asked person out and person who said no. And that's just not the case. Because app dating seems to be getting absolutely buck wild.
It's wild.
It's
I got off at the perfect time. I was like, everyone's nuts.
It seems to be fully I don't know, Titanic iceberg levels of oh God, it's going down as people are just like, what's up? I need to see your resume. I need a credit score. You need to, we're gonna vet you before anything can happen. So I don't know. I think asking people out, knowing that it's okay to ask people out and that if they say no, that doesn't ruin everything. Y'all gotta be out here. Y'all got to be out here asking people out.
I don't think very many people have said that on this show.
Really?
No, not really.
What?
But it's really good advice. Yeah, just ask people out. It's okay.
I'm mostly one of the few good things that there were a lot of good things. One of the good things that happened at BC was this woman offered a class, and like a big part of the class was that you had to ask a person out on a date.
What kind of class was this?
It was like perspectives. It was like a philosophy class, but part of it was that you had to ask somebody out on a date. Now, I didn't take the class because I was too scared. But
it was a good class.
But a lot of people did, and it did seem to be like a healthy thing. Like, I don't know, just to normalize and get okay with, like, suggesting that you have attraction and knowing that that is not a destabilizing force in your social groups, or, you know, people like the worst that happens is somebody, if you're not crazy about it, if you don't come at people with insane energy, you know, I think that there's a very comfortable way to ask a person out, have them reject or not want the advance, and to go, awesome, I'll see you at work tomorrow or whatever.
Also, I think social media has skewed people's views about rejection. I think we watch a lot of people like be successful on social media. So then you're like, I should be successful.
Yes.
And then you become resentful when you get rejected.
Yes. I think there is like a sense of like, I'm awesome, and like I have to be, and so you saying no to me is you saying no to all of this.
Me. Yeah.
And you don't get it. You don't get it.
One more time.
You don't get it. You don't know what you're missing. And so I think that, I think people do. I think that's astute as hell, dude.
I just thought of it.
I think it's pretty solid.
I think it's pretty solid too.
I think people have a harder time because there is so much room with which to, and I guess, I don't know if this is like a dick move to say to just strangers, but of like inflating your own ego and being like, look at me. I'm like, look at all these amazing pictures. Every time I post something, I get thousands of hearts, and you're saying no to all of this. How dare you? I really do think there's something to it. Yeah. Especially like, because I've talked about it before, but like the male loneliness epidemic, I'm like, well, yeah, if you play, like if you're a gamer and you play games all day and you win at these games, and then you go out into the real world and a woman shuts you down, yeah, you would be like, I hate women, or I hate this. And it's like, well, no, you just have to keep going in the real world. Just because you're winning online doesn't mean you're winning in real life. Yes. Whoa. Holy fuck, dude. Oh my God. Did we get that? Oh my God. Did we get that? Did we get it? Okay. Am I a modern day Picasso? No, he's not a philosopher. Why not? Dude, who's a philosopher? Plato? Who's a philosopher? Plato. Aristotle, Plato. What am I, a fucking Aristotle's? Damn, bro. Can you believe? This shit maybe just solved it all, you know? No more podcasts. No more podcasts. We did it. Somebody get the president of the United States on his beautiful plane from Qatar, all right? Qatar. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. I think maybe it is Qatar. I think if you're... There's also a pop-up McDonald's there for him. I heard that. Can you believe? I heard they lured him. Can you believe? There is something crazy, the idea that you could like do like a fishing pole for our president where you're like, all right, come on. Come on, we're going to give you you want an airplane? You want a Big Mac? You want some Frenchy fries? Come on. Oh, we got it. Like the idea that it works, and he's like, thank you. There's also a video of him falling asleep in a meeting. Of course. I mean, he's an old ass man. He's an icon. Can you believe that? Wow, this really is the 4th of July episode. It is. God bless America. My president falls asleep. He's on a $400 million plane. I'm sure he's done something heinous between this recording and the 4th of July. Without a doubt. You know? We're having a nice time here in America. Tell you. I don't keep up with the news too much. We do have to wrap up. Okay. But my trainer lives in England. Okay. So wow. Wait, what? He used to live here. Okay. And then he moved back to England. Okay, when Trump first won. It's so funny. We're in a second Trump presidency. Oh, so back yeah, he lived here before Trump won. And then he was like, if Trump wins, I got to get out of here. You people are crazy. And then he won. He, to his word, was like, I'm going home. And then,
every week. We try to meet every week, every 2 weeks. I love to cancel.
Oh, yes.
But he'll tell me some new awful thing that has happened because I'm like, I can't keep being fed all this.
It's pretty Kimmel. At Kimmel, we have like a rehearsal where we watch all of the clips for the day,
God.
and it is like a moment where you go like, and it's just like another Fox News clip, and you're like, all right, yeah.
There's times where I'm like, The Onion could never. Like, truly,
Yes.
Lord with cheeseburgers to Qatar. Like, that's an Onion article. Are you kidding? Lou,
Yeah.
we've come to the end.
Oh.
I ask all my guests this. Would you date me?
I mean, I have dated you. I have dated you.
No, you haven't.
Yes, we went on a date February 18th, 2020.
We did go on a date.
We went on a date February 18th, 2020.
Where did we went to Jay's bar?
No, we went to the dark room.
Oh my God. This is insane that I remember none of the details.
I was just looking through our text. All right, I'm not a freak. I have not.
No, I know.
I've never not forgotten. Yes, no.
I know we matched on Hinge, and I
matched on
couldn't
Hinge.
remember if we had actually gone out or not.
We went on one date.
To the dark room in Hollywood?
To the dark room in Los Feliz. Or no, what's it called?
Oh, the drawing room.
The drawing room.
That's where it was.
The drawing room.
Was I a good date?
You were, like, you want to talk about silly billies? Like, you were genuinely so funny. And it was, like, a genuinely good time. I remember being
This was in, like, the middle of me touring a ton.
Yes, you were just gotten back from Pittsburgh.
Ugh.
I remember I made an insane joke where I was like, did you get a Pittsburgh Blues steak? And you were like, what is that? And I was like, it's a steak they barely cook. And you went, no.
No.
No. But yes, so the answer is yes.
Did you ask me out again?
I think I tried, but then I think the world was starting to fall apart.
That is humiliating that I forgot that we actually went.
No.
Because I remember our Hinge conversation. I was like, I am so sorry. Because it was before I had an assistant.
Mhm.
So I was like, I am so sorry. I have to reschedule this.
Yes.
I'm leaving town.
Yes.
I think I rescheduled like 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
And we did go to the drawing room.
We went to the drawing room.
Wow. You didn't kiss me, though.
We did kiss. Should I go? There's a lot of things I could be doing with my 4th of July, all right? And I chose to be here. We did kiss in the parking lot.
Well, that's it for this episode of Why Won't You Date Me? There's no water left.
Yeah,
There's just simply nothing in there.
Yeah.
Was it a good kiss? Wow. Okay. That's a no. Okay. Well.
It was fine. You know.
Oh God.
It was a first kiss.
Oh my God. It was fine.
It was fine.
Oh my God. I'm gonna kill myself now.
Okay.
Oh my God. Wow. The energy really shifted.
Thank God we did this at the end. You know.
Did I drive to the date?
Yes, you
Yes.
did.
Okay. Yes. It was my little black car.
Yes, it was.
Okay. I remember some things.
Yeah.
All right, Lou. So thank you so much for being here. Is there anything you want to promote?
No, if you like stories, if you like stories, check out my podcast, Worlds Beyond Number, The Wizard, the Witch, and the Wild One. We should be coming to our conclusion now. That's something I'm really proud of. And then, if you're in Seattle, we've got our show coming up.
Is it sold out?
It is not sold out.
Okay. So there's still tickets available.
Hopefully there's not, but there's a chance that there is.
By the 4th of July, it'll probably be sold out.
You want to believe.
If you like this episode, wait, do you have more?
No, that'll do.
That'll do. If you like this episode of Why Won't You Date Me, you can like it, you can rate it, you can give me 5 stars. And if you write me something nasty hitting on me to whywon'tyoudate.me@gmail.com, I'll read it. This one's long. Buckle up. Hi, Nicole. Let's go on a spa date. I'm bringing the spa to you. First, I take a silk black tie and blindfold you. And then I cough. It's because I smoke.
Mm.
I lather you up in essential oils and give you a full body massage. I take extra time on that juicy ass. I work out every knot of stress, from back massage to front massage. I love healing you up. Then I begin eating you out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I kiss the inside of your thighs and suck on your clit till you orgasm so hard you reach nirvana. Then you, me, and Nirvana have a cosmic threesome. Isn't there more than one person in Nirvana? Just fucking, moaning, and some hot interdimensional orgasms. Nirvana is tired of only virgin losers finding her. Nirvana's a woman? And then has been begging for a good time. Turns out enlightenment is just really good head and deep eye contact. Nirvana eats you out while I suck on your fat tits. That's so rude. They're not fat. They're actually really small. Okay?
You welcome this? You invite this?
Every week I say, please send me something upsetting. And I make out with you. You come hard, all caps, and squirt so much. We get a glass to catch it and drink it all up. That means I'm squirting for so long because you had time to go get a glass, because I would never waste the gift of your body. We slowly come down from hanging with Nirvana and end with cuddling. Kinky cuddling. Then ping, something on your phone. Nirvana sent $6,969.69 on Venmo. Caption, this is not a bribe, but will you please come over again? Which is embarrassingly desperate of them because they have nothing else in their Venmo history. Anyways, we make fun of them and fuck again. From the absolute worst. I love that you called yourself the absolute worst.
Is that on Apple Review? Like,
No, they send it to the
Oh, they send it directly
to
you.
And
okay.
then Mars, my wonderful producer, has to read them, print them out, and give them to me.
Bro. Shit is wild out here, man. I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Ooh, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
Ooh, Lord, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you. Ooh, the things he said. He said he gonna catch her jism in a cup. I tell you.
Which can't be hydrating.
No. That's a whole thing. You know, is it piss?
No.
Okay.
I think it comes out of a different hole.
Oh, okay.
I think it comes out of your pussy hole and not the pee hole.
Not the pee hole.
Because there's a pee hole.
Yeah.
There's a pee hole.
I know that.
And then your pussy hole.
Yeah.
And then your butt.
Yeah.
Right? Because pee doesn't come out of your vagina, right?
No.
Whoa.
Mars, your face. You were just like, you should know this. Why are you confirming this with me? We're both adults. You should know. Well, on that note, I do now know. Goodbye.
That was a HeadGum podcast.